Welcome back, survivors, to The Walking Dead, No Man's Land. I am the Lucky Irishman, and I take whiskey with my tea. So this week we are working on the Fouled Prison Challenge. This is a fun challenge, and some of the missions are actually fairly easy, even later on. Now, early on you can definitely use assaults to punch your way through, plus either a shooter or a hunter to take care of the heavy guys. But when in the late missions, you definitely probably want to use Merle as your leader for most missions, with a couple of exceptions. So here we have shelves. This one can get a little complicated, and there's two different ways you can run it. You can either run ranged fighters, like I have here, Merle, Daryl, and Abraham, or you can go with a melee group, probably Jesus, Michonne, and Negan, or whoever you have that works really well for you. I prefer these ranged fighters myself. I want to use Abraham with Merle's ability to cut through the regular walkers, and between Merle and Daryl, I should have no problem dealing with the armored guy when he pops up. Yes, dumbass. Alright, let's load up. Alright, most important thing to do, now I do want to point out Merle is armed with the winter bow, which allows me to take a shot and then move on. So first, I'm going to have Abraham take out this front quartet. Merle will pop this guy and go ahead and take care of that first shelf. And then we'll have Daryl cut a swath of his own. Got a little too close, but he's not hurt, so that's okay. Now, because of the range, we are going to use... You know what? I'm just going to have him take out that guy. You're almost close enough. We're just going to run up. I was thinking about using Daryl to open it up, but I don't want to do that. Alright. Now, using Abraham to open this up, I'll use Daryl first. Takes them both out. No problemo. Now, it's a simple thing to simply evacuate with no damage. Oh, you son of a bitch. I didn't claim that. Oh, I feel dumb now. Alright, well, I'm going to claim that, and then I'll be done. I have to kill a few more walkers than I thought I would. Well, if you don't screw it up, like I just did for some reason, because I was not paying attention, you should have no problem, as you can see, getting out. Alright then, now handrails is the first mission where I mix it up a little bit. Just because of the nature of the mission, I prefer to run Rosita in front and then Merle on the side. And you're about to find out why. Now, as you know, Rosita increases your survivor's attacks versus a single target. So combine that with Merle's jackass ability. Merle is a annihilator of individual targets. And here we're facing enemy survivors, or raiders. Get this loaded. Alright, so the important thing here, you don't want to advance too quickly. Alright, lucky. Rosita was able to take out the first one without a problem. And you want to just do the minimal you can without moving forward, and let them come to you. Let's see. Alright, we're doing good. Roberto here is right where I want him. So, we're going to hold one more. Hopefully Roberto doesn't get too close. And he does, and Daryl takes a hit. That's unfortunate. Alright. So I'll move Daryl forward. We'll hit both of them. Then we'll have Merle screw him up twice over. did not quite kill him. That is not good. Alright, so this is about to get bloody for me. We're going to lose some people here. Well, I mean, they're not going to die, but they're going to take a hard hit. My biggest problem now is these varmints, so to speak. Rosita can take care of herself, more or less. Hopefully that one will burn. Yeah, this is not going as well. We're going to have to move Daryl forward. Doesn't need to use a critical to finish this guy off. Alright, good. Yeah, it looks like my two best guys are going to be dropping out of this fight. Alright, we'll move them forward. It's time to finish these raiders off. And that's the last one. Now I can just run off. Sometimes you're lucky. It depends on the positioning of the walkers and raiders. You can take them out without taking a single hit. Other times, if everything just lines up wrong, a couple guys get injured. On the reverse escape, I tend to go with Merle again as my lead, then Abraham and Daryl to cut down the walkers. Now, you don't have to worry about any heavies, but I do like using Merle with the winter bow. Take out one walker, run up to that gate, and then let the big boys take the rest. Now, the only problem you may have here is going to come when you have 1 or 2 turns left to open that gate. Because at that point, that's when shit hits the fan and more walkers than you may be able to handle come through. On the other hand, they may line up perfectly and you'll have no problem taking them all out. I have had, on an easier mission, one of my survivors bruised by the oncoming horde, and on a harder mission, I went through without a single scratch. It simply depends on how they come around those corners. It looks like we might just be lucky this time. Now, you do not want to do this with melee characters because it is too easy for a melee character to be overwhelmed. And we are home free. Sweeping the cellar is the most straightforward mission on this challenge. You just kill everything. Easy. Only thing you want to make sure you don't do is advance too far. Especially in the later levels, just take your time, keep the walkers at distance, and just keep cutting them down. Now, most of the walkers are pretty easy, even for Abraham to cut down at higher levels. That's not what you're really going to be worried about. What you're worried about is these heavies. But, like I said, as long as you keep them at distance, that should not be a problem. And as they come rampaging across the floor at you, it should be an easy thing to keep them at bay. As long as you don't get too close, regardless of how many there are, it should be the easiest thing to just pop them off one at a time until you're done. Let them come to you as often as you can, and just focus on taking the heavies out. Oh, you bastard, you didn't die. Could have been 3-star. The room, being the last mission on the challenge, is not difficult, but can get out of hand if you're not careful. Now, you can run one melee character if you need to. I'm doing so because I lost Daryl in the last fight, and he's by far my best hunter. My strong preference is to use Abraham to do most of the hard work, keeping the walkers at bay, and then I will use everybody else to just gather supplies. Fortunately, at these levels, you get to the point where walkers are a little tougher to take down. So if Abraham's not always able to take him down, it's good to have somebody who can. So I'm going to see about using Jesus to take him down as often as I can. Good thing about using Merle in the Winter Bow, that he can take one down and still open up another box. This also means that if you happen to have more than one Winter Bow, you can, with great ease, clear this mission. Just 2 Winter Bows would be all you need, and you would have no problem opening up every box and keeping your survivors safe. As you can see here, walkers are being ornery and spawning halfway across the room from each other. Never fear, we're getting it done. They're really being ornery. But as long as you keep control of everything, you should have no problem keeping them at bay and getting your people out without a scratch. Home free.